Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is Joe with UFC Collect Profit. So today we're going to go into our eBay UFC card hunting, box hunting for the evening. But before we get into that, I want to share one of my recent purchases with all of you. So I don't know if you recall from the last of UFC Vegas 112, Stephen Asplund, heavyweight, put on an amazing show. I think through, if not the most, one of the most punches ever by a heavyweight. And his story is very inspiring. He used to weigh over 500 pounds, lost a ton of weight, and now he's on his way to becoming an MMA star. Amazing personality, super likable, very down to earth, and kind of set the UFC, the social media world on storm a little bit with his performance. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is that this hoodie you see here from the post-fight interview, and he also wore pre-fight, was up for sale on the UFC Collectibles website. So this is the back of it here, and this is the front. Same exact hoodie he has on here post-fight. Was up for auction, and I actually won it. So it came out to $220. So it was $200 bid plus 10% buyer's premium. And for 220 bucks, I get the autographed one-of-one hoodie that he wore pre-fight and post-fight. And this is him signing the hoodie, which is pretty sick in my opinion. So pretty like iconic moment. At least, you know, in the realm of UFC, like, I don't know if he's going to become a heavyweight champion or not. Really doesn't matter to me. Just his story and everything behind it, from the fan reaction and his impact on kind of some positive conversations about overcoming obstacles and making your dreams come true, I think is awesome. So I'm happy to add this to my ever-growing UFC memorabilia collection. So I just want to share that with all of you. Pretty cool item. So let's get right into the eBay hunt now. So again, we have the eBay tab open for the auctions. We have another eBay tab open for fixed prices to compare any comps currently listed. We have cardladder.com to look up past sales, and we have our friendly snipe tool, Gixxon.com, to put in our snipes. And I also have my cell phone here if I need to do additional research on the fly or anything that comes up unexpected. So let's get started. So we type in UFC. Hold on, let me plug in my keyboard here. There we go. Type in UFC. We minus the word break, and we minus the word breakers, so we don't get those specific listings for individuals selling breaks for spots. And we also minus the word leaf because I do not buy leaf cards. Go to auction, 11,000 auctions. And we do any soonest with bids. The reason why we take bids as opposed to no bids is that a lot of auctions, they start super high and they have no bids and they clutter up the feed. And that's what auction's ending tonight. And efficiency and quickness of thought and decision making is the key. Any soonest with bids. So let's get rolling. So I had this item here on my watch list previously. I just thought it was a cool item. 2021 Immaculate Figueiredo Jumbo Shorts 11 out of 16 with the Reebok logo. Let me get a little update on this guy. I've heard his name before, but I'm not quite sure what his status is in the UFC. Let's do a little research. So we scheduled to fight Umar January 24th at UFC 324. So leading up to the fight, you may get some interest, maybe. He won his last fight, lost his previous two. He lost to Jan, lost to Sandhagen, beat Jackson. So like something like this would be a flip. I'd probably buy it and try to relist it leading up to the fight with Umar. I would imagine Umar is going to be a heavy favorite in that fight. Out of curiosity, what has this sold for? So it's 16. So one sold for over 3 years ago for 103 bucks. Maybe just do out of 16. So for 213, and then 103 with that. So with the Reebok 213, this isn't the same one, right? This is 14. This is 11. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place here. That versus that. I like this Reebok better because it has the triangle logo. I'll put a little snipe on this. I'll put it for $100.23. See, that's something to buy and I would list. Even if I didn't sell it, it's just cool. And he's an accomplished fighter. I think he was 25-5. Umar's going to be tough to beat, though. I mean, Umar's just an animal. But anyway, let's keep going. We have figures. We have a couple. We have the Dern Gold Label. DC Sports Consigner. We have a couple knockout cards here. Oh, that's kind of sick. The Volkanovski out of 10 Tops Now parallel. When he regained his featherweight title. $42. Sick insert. I'm not going to bid on it, but very cool. The Silver Rookie out of 75 auto, $51. See what else. Amanda Nunes 2022 out of 49. $32. That seems cheap for an Amanda Nunes autograph, 3 years old. Let's see what that goes for. 22. What number is this? This is 23. So the 10 did 118. The base did $22. Man, that seems crazy cheap. This was recent. Interesting. Let's keep it moving. Not sure what to do with that. So last one was 22. This one's a 32. Seems like any Nunes auto under 50 would be a good buy, but maybe there's something I don't know. The Valentina out of 50. So I actually pulled 2 of these from Tops Now. $25. Card only cost $6. I sent mine out to get graded to PSA. I actually have the order right here. And I have the poster card also. It's $76. I also have those going out to PSA right here in this stack off to the side. So hopefully those 10, they 10 pretty well. Ooh, here's a Grail card. Look at that. So I love doing these UFC's hunts. 2014 Topps UFC Bloodlines Platinum 1 of 1. So it's in a one touch. Again, like the condition of these don't matter all that much as long as they're not mangled. These look like they're on. This looks like fibers from being wiped down but done poorly. They look like they're on the one touch, not the card. The card looks in decent shape. Wow. You don't see a 2014 Bloodlines 101. I mean, this sealed box goes for a ton of money. So out of curiosity, has this ever sold before? Let's see. Let me see, Bloodlines. Let's narrow down the search. See if any of these 2014 Bloodlines 1 of 1 have sold. The Platinum. 19 of them. Let's see what they go for. Tarak Seferdine, never heard of him. Rafael Dos Anjos, heard of him. The 1 of 1. Is that the same style card? No, it's not. It's not. That's why it's not the auto. Jessica Andrade without the auto. What about the ones with the auto? What do those go for? Cormier 1 of 1 non-auto 250 2.5 years ago. Wow, these cars do not come up very often. I can't even find one with an auto. The Misha Tate 1/1 auto did 305 9 years ago. What in the world would you value the Silva at then? The only reason why I'm spending time on this one is this may be one to add to the collection. Let's see what his 1/1s typically go for. And add an all-time great 1/1 to the collection would be sick. Let's see, the 2011 finest 1/1, it's $7,000, my Lord. Now, I will say that card compared to this card's definitely more eye-appealing. 2024, Topps Noche 1/1, 425. 2017 knockout. This might be closer to what it would actually go for. So the 17 knockout 1/1 gold auto did $890 over a year ago. $2015 Museum 1/1 glove. Wow. I didn't know that type of card existed with the glove, with the UFC there, with a fight worn glove. How sick is that card? Went for $1,000. That's amazing. So I don't like it's a sticker, but it is still the 1/1 from an incredibly, like you'll never, this card, unless the person who buys it relists it, like these type of cards from 2014 Topps never show up from the UFC Bloodlines. So I'm going to put a bid on it. I'm going to put a bid of, man, the 2011 finest is $7,000. I don't even know what this would go for. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to go for over $1,000. I'm going to bid 8888 in the octagon theme for the bid. There we go. Stunning card though. Holy cow. Let's keep it going. Don Cerrone, 2013 Topps UFC Fight Mat Patch Gold Auto. Man, there's some amazing vintage cards though. Is this card even sold? I doubt it. Let's see. The base did 22, 15. Oh, there we go. So the 18 out of 25 did $40. This is the 24, so 29. I'll put a little snipe on this. I'll do 33.01. Great looking card though. The relic contained in this card comes from the actual fight mat used at UFC 160. Who is at UFC 160? UFC 160. Cain Velasquez versus Antonio Silva. Overeem versus Dos Santos. Bader versus Teixeira. Cerrone, there you go. Cerrone defeated Nunes. Oh, Max Holloway was on that card and he lost. Khabib was on that card. That's interesting. So Khabib fought on that mat. So did Max Holloway. Glover Teixeira. Cain Velasquez, like some definite stars. Huh. That's pretty amazing. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll win it. That'd be a cool PC card. Volkanovski, 2025 knockout at 99. Not interested in that. Again, I'm so happy that there's so many more UFC cards listed on eBay, especially for auction than even a year ago. It's just cool to see these cards and be exposed to different type of things in the hobby. And people even collect video games. There was a Fanatics auction that ended last weekend that had a Brock Lesnar autographed PSP video game that I bid on and I lost. I think it ended up going for like 150 bucks. I bid 100 and lost it. But people collect video games too, more than you would probably think, even UFC stuff. So we got some cheap cards, the Valentina, Royalty Blue Ink, 7 out of 25. I like, she signed her full name, Bullet Valentina, which is kind of cool. You don't see that too often. 7 out of 25. Let's see what this goes for. Out of 25. So the 13 out of 25 just did 122. This one did 78. What is this at? 103. This was a steal for 78 bucks. Dang. Goodbye. I'm going to pass. If it was cheaper, I would take a shot, but I'm not going to do it. Tops now Dustin Poirier's, PSA 10s. See what else catches our eye tonight. 2016 knockout, Dariush at a 249. Like, it's a cool card. I like the pose. But she's draped in the American flag, but at a 249 scares me. Unless it's a top tier fighter, the 249 is way too much, in my opinion. Peter Yan, Silver Prism, auto, 30 bucks. 2021 Prism. Box of Midnight for $258 with shipping. Holding solid. Let's see what else. That's a sick looking patch. What is this? Corey Sandhagen Jumbo Walkout Pants out of 11 with the Venom. So the shorts, walkout. Out of 11, that's sick. What does this go for? Or I should say, what is it sold for? Dang. Oh, typo, Corey. So there's none that is sold from him. What about some of the other fighters? Here we go. The shorts for Mackenzie Dern did 110. I love the color on that with the white. That's kind of sick. So Dern did 110. He's at 75. I'll pass on that. Let's keep it moving. Brandon Royval at a 25 dual relic auto, fight worn memorabilia. It's a sick looking card, but nothing I'm going to focus on this evening. John Jones light out case hit, blinding lights. I don't know, it looks too much like AI inspired. It's like a circuitry board. Conor McGregor PSA 9 Color Blast. What did his Color Blast go for, just out of curiosity? $9 to $202. Probably the same card. They probably didn't pay $152, $152. So this was relisted. So 10 to $280, $275, $265. A basted $190. So this sold for $202.50, didn't get paid. And now it's relisted again. $24 shipping from Singapore. That could be part of it too. This item includes applicable import fees of $24 shipping is no joke. But I'll pass on that. Let's keep it going. Cormier out of 49, royalty autograph. Nice card, but not getting my attention this evening. What is this one? Max Holloway. Relic green out of 5 on card auto. Gorgeous relic. 370. Keep going. John Jones Intimidators, red refractor out of 5, 190, 750. It's a cool looking card, but not tonight. John Jones refractor out of 50, 355 from 2025 Finest. Decent looking card. I don't like that the auto went off the sticker. I wish it was in action. Cool colors though. But the Finest kind of faded out and blurring in the background. It's kind of sick, but there's better cards of his, at least with a better eye appeal. See what else we can look for. I want to look for some Brock Lesnar's. And one thing I forgot about, reading this book about the history of the UFC, is how much Brock Lesnar, like his history in the UFC and like even before like Ronda Rousey and before like it kind of took off to that next level, like he was the one that took it from the level before to the next level with this crossover from WWE into UFC. And I think if I'm not mistaken, when he was in the UFC was the first year they crossed total revenue of $1 billion. I think it went to $1.1 billion. So like his history in the sport is like an all-time amazing athlete. Like tried out for football for the Vikings, WWE, UFC, champion wrestler. I mean, the guy's resume is just amazing. And I think a little bit of history has forgotten him a little bit. But I think if you look on social media and some of the stuff coming up, at least recently, it could just be my feed in the algorithm because I've been looking it up. But I forgot how much impact he had like on the financial bottom line of UFC and like literally elevating them to that upper echelon. Pretty cool. But I haven't seen a Brock Lesnar tonight. But we'll keep it going. Speaking of Brock Lesnar beat Randy Couture. And a match that Randy Couture didn't even want to take. He wanted to fight Fedor. And because of a contract dispute, he ended up fighting Brock Lesnar. Interesting little piece of history there. Let's keep going though. What else do we got? Whoa, what in the world is this? 2022 Panini Instant, Conor McGregor, Kaboom, $2,500. PSA 10, Pop 30. What in the world does this card go for? I never would have thought it was that expensive. Let's check it out. A PSA 10 sold for $1,621 back in October. An 8 did $375. A 9 did $511. So $1,621, and this one's up to $25. So my Lord, over $1,000 jump. I mean, I know that the card market's on fire and UFC is doing well, but something about that. Let me see the bid history on this. I mean, it looks like legit bids. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. A lot of money in this space. More money than I'll ever have. See what else we can find. A case of Topps Chrome. 24.25. Let's see. So you have 24.25 plus the 45 shipping. Divided by 12, you're at $205 a box, which is a steal. I would throw in a bid at $210 a box. 210 times 12 is 25.20 minus 45, 24.75. I'll do 24.75.01. 24.75. I'll do 24.75.23 for good luck. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I won the Figueredo jumbo shorts out of 16 for 76 bucks. Pretty cool. Good win. Let's go back to the auctions. What else do we got? Sean O'Malley, patch auto out of 49. Wow, that seems cheap for an O'Malley. I don't collect O'Malley. I usually stay away from his stuff, but this seems insanely cheap. Let's see if I'm right or if I'm totally off base here. Out of 49. So the auto did 100, 61. So this is the horizontal. The vertical did 75. Is there more? The vertical did 85. So there we go. Early February did 125. It's only 53. It's not the same card, is it? Out of 46. This is out of 5, so no. I'm going to go against my better judgment to put a snipe on this. Do 75 bucks. Actually, let me edit it. 75.01. Cool. Let's keep going. Khabib pay-per-view debut ticket. That's pretty sick. So from UFC 165, Khabib's pay-per-view debut, full ticket. Those are pretty good shape too. Usually the ink on this starts to fade after a while. A little fraying on the edge, but overall, it says full ticket, but it looks like the stub. Nah, I think that's fine. That's the full ticket. Yeah, the rip is there, and there. That's still intact, the perforated. Pretty cool. Let's keep it going. Kamzat Panini Select out of 5. Card doesn't do it for me. Let's keep it moving. Oh, here's some vintage stuff. The set that started it all. 2009 Topps UFC Round 1. So the Serra Auto, 67 bucks. The Stout Auto, Herman Auto. Oh, I thought there was going to be more of a run of these, so just 3 of them. What does the Serra go for, just out of curiosity? Round 1. Matt Serra Auto. 100, 108. So look, what's the lesson here that I always say? Auction, 80 bucks. Auction, 72 bucks. Fixed price, 108. Fixed price, 100. Never, ever, ever sell stuff at auction. Fixed price, best offer, yes. And that is it. Wow, the red ink did 1,500. So 100 bucks. This is a 67. How's the card look? Top edge is rough. Not a grading candidate. And this corner looks beat up. Yeah, it's brutal. Tough product to grade. So a cool piece of history. I'm going to throw a little bit on it. Why not? I'm going to do 72.01 and then I'll list it for 110. I'm not going to win it, but you never know. What in the world is this? Andy Hug K1 Legend UFC Pride Japanese exclusive figure with box. I've never seen this before. Huh, look at the quality of that. That's pretty amazing. I should probably learn a little bit more about these. These would be cool to have on a shelf behind me. Be kind of sick. So they have him as a boxer, a kickboxer. Him in his, the gi. It's kind of cool. Huh. Things you find your surfing eBay. I think it's going to wrap up tonight's hunt. We're already into tomorrow here. So I placed a few bids on a few things. Just to refresh my bids here, just so we get an update, kind of recap where we're at. So I won the Reebok. Sorry, I'll actually pull it up. I won this item for 76 bucks. Thought that was a good pickup. The Silva 1 of 1. I put a bid of 888.88. I'm not going to win it, but it is what it is. The Cerrone Sick Fight match with Fight Mat Relic Auto out of 25 from a UFC, I think it was 160. UFC 160 that Khabib fought on the mat, Holloway fought on the mat, Cain Velasquez fought on the mat, so that's kind of sick. Then we did the O'Malley patch auto out of 49, and then the Sarah auto from 2009 Topps UFC round 1, and then the case of Chrome UFC. If I get it for $210 a box all in with shipping and no tax, I'll be a happy camper. So that concludes the auction hunting for this evening. If you had fun with me this evening, please like and comment down below. It really helps out the algorithm. Please subscribe to my channel for daily UFC content for cards, collectibles, market data, analyzing sealed box, market sales, and anything that I find interesting, anything that is kind of cool. So we're coming up to the end of 2025 in a couple of days. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for my final video of the year. I was thinking about doing kind of a pickup video of things I bought, but I bought so much stuff this year. I don't know if that would be even an interesting video. I got to think that over. I may do predictions, maybe like 10 predictions for what I think will happen to UFC collectibles market in 2026. I'll think it over. I'll figure something out. But with all that said, be safe, stay well, take care of yourself. And, you know, with anything in life, and collectibles as part of this, is if you have a belief in something, and something you want to do, or something you see how you think it's going to play out, you owe it to yourself to stand by your conviction and see it through. If nothing else, just to prove if you are right or wrong. I think a lot of people today, they give up too soon. And I'm not saying anything that nobody's, you know, that hasn't been said before, but I think it's a reminder coming into the end of the year and going into 26 that if you believe in something, it could be anything. It could be in something you want to do with your life. It could be a business you want to start. It could be something with collectibles that you want to get into and learn more about and you see potential down the road. It could be something like, even like where you want to live, how you see your life, want to become, your lifestyle, how you see yourself living your life. You know, believe in yourself, but not pig-headedly. Like, don't do it in such a way that you're oblivious to risks, the downside, but don't let that talk you out of doing it. There's something to being said about seeing things through and coming out the other side of the challenge or whatever you think is going to happen to find out where you stand. And I think it's just a good reminder to everybody to, you owe it to yourself to see it through. And see if you're right or wrong. And maybe you'll learn a little something about yourself. That's all I got. Have a good night. Be safe.